Alright guys, happy, what are we on, Thursday now? Running a little bit late, but we will have the best of the best that NGS has to offer tonight. Not just in division, but probably in team, as we have Celeb Gaming facing Run in Places. And we are already here active in the draft, so we're going to jump right on in it. Celeb Gaming may be the odds-on favorite to win Heroic Division this year. They've qualified for Division S. They've been playing extremely well so far this season. Picked up a 2-0 victory in their first matchup here of Season 6 last week. Looking to do the same here as we go into week number 2 against Run in Places. So first ban Maiev for Run in Places. Let's see what Celeb Gaming does. So Volskaya Foundry here for game 1, and that was Celeb Gaming's choice of Battleground. An Abathur ban out coming there from Celeb. Abathur banned out probably more consistently the higher you climb up the MMR spectrum, so not at all surprising to see Celeb take that hero out of this game. And Zeratul, kind of the same thing. Actually, Zeratul has seen a lot of action in the early part of this NGS Season 6. More than I thought he would, to be honest. And now we're starting to see him banned. I casted a lot last week. He was seeing a lot of action. And so far this week, I'm seeing a lot of Zeratul bans. He's getting through less often than he used to. Probably partially as a result of all the action he saw in week 1, Nubarak taking out arguably the best tank in the meta right now. Noah Nubarak here for game 1. So let's see who Run in Places deems worthy of the first hero to grace our battlefield on Volskaya Foundry. And it's going to be Jaina. Jaina's in a really great spot right now. You see a lot of her. She doesn't really tip your hand as to what you're trying to do as a team. She fits into compositions, wave clear, damage, has a little bit of survivability once she gets her ice block online. Celeb Gaming going to go with an Ana Genji. Ana is so strong right now, even with Eye of Horus banned due to the bug. But Genji is somebody who I haven't seen a whole lot of. However, here in Heroic, does not surprise me to see him selected. He's one of those heroes that in the hands of a skilled player is so deadly. And then we have the bearded duo of Muradin and Uther. I like an Uther with a Genji. His point and click stun on the backline kind of helps keep the squishier heroes safe a little bit, while Divine Shield is typically the heroic choice when you have an Uther. You could opt to go the Divine Storm and get a triple stun with the Redemption later in the game, and that would really make Genji think twice about diving on to the back line if Uther and his 3 stuns are there waiting for you. So I like that Uther pick. Hanzo banned out by Celeb Gaming. And let's see who Run in Places opts to ban out. Oh no, we've lost somebody. It looks like we have lost Met, who is disconnected from Blizzard services, apparently. So we will have to jump back in, and of course we'll just mimic the draft up to that point. All right, Met is here. He's back. Weird disconnect there, but we're going to try again. Gonna try again. There we go. So welcome back to Volskaya Foundry. And I'm gonna hazard a guess that we're gonna see Zeratul and Nubarak banned. We will see Ana picked and Jaina picked. Just a hunch. Hopefully this moves through here pretty quick so we can get right back to where we left off. The other thing the other reason I liked the Uther pick as well, although you don't see this quite as much anymore, but when Genjo first came out, you would see teams running a Divine Shielded Genji with the Dragon Blade, so taking the Uther yourself is a little bit of a soft denial for that if that's something that Celeb Gaming was going to run, but not likely that they were going to run it with an Ana already in place. Alright, so back to where we were. Anzo banned out. Let's see who Running Places decides to get rid of. It is going to be Diablo. So these two picks are really going to show us what Celeb Gaming has in mind. And they have in mind a Johanna and a Mephisto. That is a lot of circles there between Johanna and Mephisto. Last two selections for Running Places. Or is it going to be a traditional range damage and then some kind of a bruiser off lane? Or are we going to see something a little bit different? Nope. It is going to be the bruiser offlaner and Thrall. And Raynor, I really like the Raynor with the Jaina. The ace in the hole with the perma-slows from Jaina really gives Raynor a lot of bonus damage. On the flip side, Celeb Gaming trying to tell us that ranged damage overrated. I know Genji is a ranged assassin, but not really. He really needs to get in the thick of it. So this Celeb Gaming comp is really going to be up in your face. Early game Jaina in particular is really going to have to be careful. Ooh, I need... Alright, so while we are loading up game 1 here. Alright, fix that overlay so you guys don't see a blank camera frame there. The Volskaya Foundry, this battlefield, all about toys. Who can collect the most toys? The turrets and the biotic emitter. And the late game Triglav protectors in particular are so strong, and it's really easy to underestimate just how powerful they are in the team fights. You really want to be careful if you're actually basically anybody on Running Places that's not Muradin is going to be vulnerable to the Triglav. Alright, here we are in game, ready for game 1 of a best of 3 between Celeb Gaming and Running Places. For the blue team, Celeb Gaming, we have Slip on Genji, Satat on Ana, Hunter CJ on Johanna, I almost said Thrall because of the Orc skin, Evasion on Blaze, and Met on Mephisto. The red team, Running Places, Kurosi? I'm going to say Kurosi or Kuros on Thrall, Apparition on Raynor, Frosty Wind on Uther, Aegir Bombs on Muradin, and Apparition on the Raynor. Alright, here comes the ceremonial 5v5 clash in the mid lane. Blaze already not here, doing his thing in the bottom lane. Looks like teams will be taking their lane. Celeb is actually doing a real nice job of zoning Thrall in this rotation, trying to harass him on his way down, get him to miss a wave of soak, and they haven't. And now they've kind of caught him. Blaze and Genji waiting here. Thrall cannot get to the bottom lane. That is a full missed wave for the side of Running Places, and Celeb is here one more time. This time Thrall will go around the long way to finally arrive at his appointment with Blaze. Both teams already recognizing the power of the items and are securing their respective turrets. The earlier you get them, the earlier the second proc spawns, but we do have a little bit of a check here by evasion. Enough members of Running Places, though, to deter Blaze from going much further there. So a little bit of a calm before the storm here. Teams just soaking, clearing, rotating out, and preparing for the objective, which is going to pop here in 30 seconds-ish, something like that. We'll see if either one of these teams makes a play on the biotic emitter, the only neutral item here on Volskaya Foundry. The teams so far are really a mirror of each other. Both of them went to the turrets at pretty much the same time. Both of them went to their top camps at almost exactly the same time. Really, the only thing right now dividing these two teams is the Genji and the Blaze preventing the Thrall from rotating to the bottom early, and that missed soak is evident right now. However, Thrall is late, and there is a little bit of an ambush here from Celeb Gaming. However, it is scouted out. Thrall has arrived on the flank to reinforce Running Places here. And first objective has spawned. Thrall in some trouble, taking a nap, taking a lot of poke damage. He will tap the healing fountain. In the meantime, Running Places did clear out the top mercenary camp, so now only the red mercs will be pushing in the top lane. Here we go. Brawl for the first Immortal. Celeb taking a lot of damage, forced to somersault his way out of trouble. And Running Places now channeling this objective. And we'll start this timer ticking upward in their favor. So Celeb playing a little passive right now, waiting to get that about 15 to 20 seconds of level 7. They have it now, and let's see if they rotate down. No, they do not. Content to hang out in lane. Johanna is still top. Blaze is still bottom. Now it looks like Celeb is coming, as is Running Places. Both teams are here. Blaze is going to come hard on the flank right now, using the turrets to hit the treadmill, I should say, to hit a 3-man stun. Running Places is in trouble. Health bars are so low. Muradin dwarf tosses away. Blaze re-engages, and that's going to be 2 kills for Celeb Gaming. A big flank by evasion, using the conveyor belt to actually get a triple stun. Forced Running Places back. They did have a very nice fighting withdrawal, but a re-engage from the Blaze with his jet propulsion caught 2 and secured the objective, or secured the team fight, I should say, for Celeb Gaming. Now, Running Places will be up in time to contest this if they choose to. However, Celeb Gaming will have the advantage of 2 turrets and about a level lead. Here come the rest of the members of Celeb Gaming. Once again, look at Blaze right on that flank. They didn't learn. There's a triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze, played by Evasion. They convert that into 2 kills, maybe 3. Jet Propulsion doesn't quite hit on the Jaina. They are able to get Blaze on the backside. However, Jaina and everybody goes down for run-in places. Celeb Gaming on an early warpath here with an effective 2-level lead already at Heroics. Speaking of Heroics, it's going to be Nano Boost for Anna, Blessed Shield for Johanna. I believe that is Dragon Blade for Genji. Yes, it is. Call Bunker for Blaze. And I don't know Mephisto's Consume Souls for Mephisto. So pushing down this mid lane, looks like they're going to get this fort. Typically, after the assault on the mid lane, you'll see teams rotate into the top lane. They want to get that top wall and that top fountain to really prep for the second objective. And that's exactly what Celeb Gaming is going to do. It's going to be very difficult for run-in places to contest this without level 10s, but doing a valiant job as of now, keeping them off of that all-important fountain. However, in the bottom lane, Thrall went down to Genji and Blaze. Agerbomb's in trouble in the top, forced to dwarf toss away. Celeb Gaming really putting a lot of pressure here on run-in places. Muradin pretty low. His health is coming back, but it's not quite there yet. Now it is going to be the fountain for run-in places going down. Still, Heroics not quite here yet. In the meantime, Evasion on Blaze is going to take down this bottom fort here shortly, and that will be all of the level 1 structures for run-in places will be down. Genjo, in the meantime, is way out front here getting his soak. They have caught him. Has to pop the Protect early. Jaina does have the slow on him. Swift Strike to safety, though. And Celeb Gaming, they're really sitting pretty here about 8 minutes or so into this game.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
So there is the mid lane fort, bot lane fort, or run-in places are down. But they did pick up their level 10s. It's going to be Ring of Frost, Sunder, Avatar, Rainer's Raiders, and a Divine Storm. I suggested in draft that might be something they consider to help keep the Genji at bay. Also, with a very melee-centric team, you might see Uther try to really step up for a big-time Divine Storm, as Ana is really the only backline hero for Celeb Gaming. Here's Muradin waiting in the bush, as is the rest of his team. They do get the Genjo. There's the stun, the Divine Storm, and Genji is gone. Absolutely gone. A great play by run-in places to catch out the Genjo and try to take some momentum back, but Celeb Gaming having none of that. They do get the Rainer, and Muradin taking a nap. I don't know if the damage is here. So very quickly... Oh, they do get Uther. Very quickly, the Hunter became the Hunted. Ghost healing to try to keep Thrall up. Bunker out to keep Blaze up. He does hit the Jet Propulsion onto Thrall, forced to withdraw. Now Muradin is here, hits the Stormbolt on the Ana. So Genjo went down in a snap, but the rest of Celeb Gaming responded very quickly and really made something out of that ambush there. So second Triglav Protector will be contested here in the top lane momentarily. I assume run-in places will be soaking safely in the off lane, doing everything they can to get their level 13s before moving their way up here. By that time, pretty much all of the heroics will likely be on board with the exception of Consume Souls, which still has 40 seconds left. Everything from run-in places will be up. Blaze is still in the bottom lane. 13s are here, so let's see how aggressive run-in places gets here. Blaze in the bottom, Genjo in the mid. Thrall and Jaina look to be making their way up here now, and they are. Thrall is trying to, Genji is trying to catch Thrall. He actually gets sundered and then rooted. Hiroshi putting a lot of pressure on the Thrall. I think he does have the protect, but Slip knew he was in trouble. Wisely dropped the turret. In the meantime, in the top lane, Running Places making an engagement here, forcing Celeb Gaming off. Thrall did actually go all the way back to the Hall of Storms to finish it up, but that was a great play by Hiroshi on Thrall to get a 1v1 on the kill, catching him out with the Sundering. On the flip side, though, level 16s are here for Celeb Gaming, and one more time, Running Places is going to be on the back foot. Their choices are either giving this objective or fighting 16 to 14, and I'll be honest, I don't know what the right choice is. This time, Frosty Wind was waiting for Blaze coming in on the flank one more time. Blessed Shield goes out, and Running Places is in trouble. Uther goes down quickly. Jaina shortly to follow. Double stun by Evasion takes down Raynor. Thrall now running for his life. Aegerbomb's caught behind enemy lines, is able to dwarf toss to relative safety before a nap and Genji finish him off. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be another ace for Celeb Gaming, and it is. So they are currently have nobody on the objective. Thanks for the raid there, Hunter. Celeb Gaming certainly going to take out a keep here on the back of the second objective of the game. Here comes that Triglav Protector. Blaze, in the meantime, already in the bottom lane, and he's putting a lot of pressure with the wave and the Katas. So Celeb Gaming, this entire game, has really had pressure on the map in multiple places. Thrall is forced to respond to the Blaze in the bottom. Genji putting a lot of pressure on the back line. This keep is about 70-80% down. It's going to fall here shortly. There it goes. Thrall arrives to reinforce his team from the bottom lane, while Blaze continues to double soak mid lane, bot lane, and has his team a 3.5 level lead. Triglav moving down to the mid lane, trying for a second keep is Celeb Gaming. Sundering catches Genji out again, however, this time he was safely far enough away to not get himself into trouble. Moving in on the mid keep is Celeb Gaming. Triglav due to go down any minute here. I don't think they're going to finish off this mid keep without securing another kill first. At least not right away anyway. Oh, there's Genji. I knew he was in trouble up there. Thrall catches him again. He's down to 94 health before getting away safely. Ring does not catch anybody. Now Celeb Gaming is actually withdrawing. No, they will be re-engaging. Jaina forced to ice block. Bunker goes out with a blizzard on top of it. Genji going in with the Dragon Strike, eats a stun, and then a Divine Storm, forced to protect himself. Genji is still alive. Uther, however, is not. Muradin is not. And in what was actually a pretty close team fight, they just weren't able to secure Genji on the back of the Hammer of Justice and the Divine Storm. It is going to be another 4-0 team wipe. Thrall, a desperation Sundering, but he is not going to be around much longer. And this will be very shortly game 1 going over to Celeb Gaming. %, at the core, now down to 30. Celeb Gaming still playing not too aggressive though. They didn't YOLO in on the core. They backed up as the members of Running Places were coming out. However, with the Katas locked on the core, it's really not going to matter. Game 1. Over to Celeb Gaming. So the odds-on favorites to win Heroic Division continue onto the warpath. Now 3 straight wins here in the NGS. Let's see where Running Places takes us for game 2, or if they will decide they would rather have first pick and if they will let Celeb Gaming choose the battleground. Talent builds, those of you who like to check those things out. And thanks again to Hunter CJ for the host. Welcome, 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 those of you who are coming over from that. When we are done here, whenever that may be, tonight is the big Nexus Gaming Series Thursday Night Showdowns. We will throw everybody over here to that. Those guys really put on a great show. They put on a lot of extra content in the way of pregame coverage and team captain interviews, graphics and standings and analysis. So if you haven't had a chance to watch what they're doing with the Thursday Night Showdown, Murda and Ghost Dunk and the rest of the crew behind the scenes, highly recommend you check it out. All right, so we will find out where we're going to go here for Game 2 while Running Places collects their thoughts and chats on what they think the best things they can do to turn their fortunes in Game 2 and try to force a Game 3 versus Powerhouse Celeb Gaming. And Running Places had their moments that game. The Genji pick by Thrall was well timed. The ambush to take out the Genji again, picking on poor Genji. And two of those team fights that were decisive in the outcome of the game were pretty close. They really could have gone either way, just a little bit higher execution level on the side of Celeb Gaming put it in their favor, but that game could have been a little different for sure with just one of those with one of those fights going just a little bit different. All right, so it looks like Running Places has chosen to go to Infernal Shrines for Game 2. So they did opt to take the map pick as they try to force a Game 3 and pick up some points in the standings. I believe for Running Places, if they were to pick up this game, it would be their first points in the standings for this season as well. So it looks like we have one R from Celeb Gaming, waiting for a second R from Running Places, and then our splendiferous host will hit that start button and we will jump into draft for Game 2 of our heroic division matchup. Here we are. So let's see if Celeb Gaming sticks with those bans, if there's something they saw in Game 1 that they don't want to see in Game 2. Okay. Oh, I guess they changed it. So Running Places, ignore everything I said. Running Places actually opted for first pick, and Celeb Gaming took us here to Infernal Shrines. Zeratul being banned out by Running Places. Abathur one more time banned out by Celeb Gaming. Do not want to see that hero. Genji banned out by Running Places. That's not surprising. Genji had an impact last game, no doubt. This draft is flying along. Maiev being taken out by Celeb. A first pick Orphea for the side of Running Places, and then Anna being taken one more time. I've got to say, I'm a little surprised she's getting through. She's just so strong right now. I guess I don't know who you let through instead, because all of the bans are just as strong. I mean, Abba Maev, Zera Genji. So I don't know who you let through to ban out Anna instead. Maybe you first pick her. But this is going to be a nano-boosted Kerrigan. Maybe as Celeb is going to move from Genji to Kerrigan. That's a really aggressive comp. You used to see Kerrigan all the time on Infernal Shrines. Now she is still very strong, but not quite as common as she used to be. A little bit more of a niche pick for the players who can play her, but so powerful in the hands of a skilled enough player. Johanna and Arthas picking a big front line for running places to hold that Kerrigan back, really glut up the front, give Orphea plenty of space to work behind that front line. Arthas in particular is really good about kind of creating a muck in the front line, really throwing out the sludge and making teams wade through it with that frost aura. Hanzo banned out yet again by Celeb Gaming. And that's something Kerrigan definitely has to be aware of. If she goes a little too aggro and mistimes something or makes a questionable call on her aggro, that Arthas is just going to hold her here forever. So Celeb is really going to have to pick his spots when jumping in with that Kerrigan. Althea banned out for running places. I like that ban. The last rites on Arthas can be pretty brutal. So let's see what the Celeb Gaming gents are going to go with, and they're going to go with a Junkrat and a Garrosh. So the side of Celeb, our blue team here, there is so much displacement between the Garrosh and the concussion mine of the Junkrat. And I assume that they're going to use the Sleeping Dart to set up a lot of that stuff. I'm not quite sure I know what the answer is. If you're running places, let's see what they ought to go with here. A Lucio Lunara, interesting. If that Lunara can stay safe and they can play patient, I like that pick. Anna can struggle a little bit with the spread damage. A last pick Falstad. So a trend we saw in game 1 was Celeb Gaming with the constant off-lane pressure. They would win a team fight and then immediately rotate Blaze away to soak. They soaked and soaked and soaked that whole game. Every opportunity they had, there was constant pressure in the other lanes. And I imagine we're going to see more of the same with a Falstad coming out here in game 2. On the flip side, running places, I do think their comp probably scales a little bit better, particularly after Lunara gets her bonus damage on her slows, which I believe is on 16. Her and Arthas are really going to put a lot of damage out. And other than Garrosh on Celeb Gaming, the rest of those heroes being played are not high health pool heroes. So if one of those guys gets caught in a big Howling Blast from Arthas and then the damage from Orphea or Lunara, anybody not named Garrosh on Celeb Gaming will go down pretty quickly. I do think Running Places has the advantage with the bigger front line. Arthas, though, is going to need to be careful due to the lack of mobility to not get thrown by the Garrosh. That's really going to be on the Johanna player to hug that Garrosh. Don't let anybody else other than Johanna get thrown. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see if Run In Places can get up off the map and be the first team this season to pick up points off of Celeb Gaming. In the blue trunks, the aforementioned Celeb Gaming met on Junkrat, Bayesian on Falstad, Slip on Kerrigan, Hunter CJ on Garrosh, and Satat back on Ana. The red team run in places. We have Frosty Wind on Lucio, Apparition on Orphea, Poxius on Lunara, Hager Bombs on Johanna, flying solo in the top lane, Karosi on Arthas. So no 5-on-5 in the mid lane or run in places. They're going to try to find something else with the Garrosh and a Kerrigan. This is such a smart play. The early game kill pressure coming out with a Garrosh and a Kerrigan and an Ana and a Junkrat. If you're running places, you want absolutely no part in that. And I love their decision not to play in the mid lane. They rotate. They're not even going to move between lane here. Lunara is going to take the mid lane. There goes the dive onto Orphea. Combo from Kerrigan misses. They do throw onto Johanna, though. Iron Skin is going to be up. She's going to walk away. I don't think if you're running places, you even necessarily rotate because you can get caught and killed so easily. I think they might just stay in lane. Arthas takes the top. Lunara takes the mid. The rest of the team takes the bottom. And it kind of looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to play very, very safe and try to neutralize some of the early game kill pressure that Celeb has by simply not rotating into it. So it looks like Orphea and Lucio have started on the camp. Johanna is sharking around to make sure that Celeb Gaming doesn't invade, but Celeb Gaming is thinking about it. They're trying to catch the Johanna early, Iron Skin forcing her to go away, but they have caught Lucia and Orphea, and they will immediately retreat, and they will concede. The mid lane siege champ Johanna gets concussion mined in first blood to Celeb Gaming. And that's the danger if you're running places with the heroes that Celeb Gaming is running. There is so much displacement and lockdown that you just can't take one misstep at all. In the top lane, Falstad literally at full health and mana. Arthas having a little bit more of a hard time. They do not catch Lunara mid. The members of Run in Places are playing very passive, making sure they don't get caught out. However, due to the Merc camps and the kill, Celeb Gaming sitting at about a half a level lead or so. Celeb Gaming is on their top lane bruisers. Run in Places making a late rotation to theirs as well. However, Run in Places looks like their Merc burn is faster because they've got it at almost the same time as Celeb Gaming. And now both teams rotating to the objective. If I am right, this will be a Mortar Punisher here in the mid lane. Both members are here, trying to put the pressure onto Kerrigan. A two-man root lands. The combo lands as well. Lunara is so low, and she is the first to go down. Kerrigan is low too, but they just can't quite get the damage on her. And that was a perfect example of the displacement. It was a concussion mine and a toss, and poor Lunara was just bounced around like she was in a ping pong game. And it looked like initially Run in Places actually got a good strong initiation. They hit a two-person Howling Blast. Had Kerrigan pretty low, just couldn't quite finish her off. Very reminiscent of the team fights in Game 1. Run in Places would look like they were doing okay. The health bars on Celeb Gaming would be low much of the time. It just seemed like they could never quite finish the job, and Celeb Gaming could. So let's see if Game 2 goes a little different. Maybe Run in Places can make the adjustment to finish off those kills. Mortar Punisher pushing down the mid lane, and just like in Game 1, look at that mini-map. Celeb Gaming is not missing soak ever. They are always in the lanes picking up the stun. Johanna going down, Orphea going to go down as well. Or will she? No, Lucio's speed actually keeps Orphea alive. However, once again, the early game strangleholds here from Celeb Gaming are so impressive. They have Falstad pushing the bottom with Mercs. Mid lane fort goes down. This Punisher is still at like half health. It's going to jump on the backline again. It lands onto Lunara. That's not who you want to catch it. The Concussion Mine bumps Lunara. If she would have gone any other direction, she probably would have died, but she is able to Bambi away. Falstad now flying to the top lane to once again not miss Soak. Kerrigan might be in trouble. Into the fray to safety. There's a Howling Blast on it with a flanking Arthas. They have caught Slip. This time the toss by Garrosh used a peel, and they finally get Kerrigan. Now they're on to Ana. Down goes Ana. 2 unanswered kills from Run in Places, trying to take some of this momentum back, and the immediate invade. Concussion Mine is going to go onto this, I would guess, from Met. They're going to try to bump somebody into their fort here. However, Lunara, there it was. They almost got the Orphea. It was close. Almost a pretty cheeky play there by Met. Apparition, on the flip side of that, just kind of threw a bunch of damage over the wall, and Met ate a lot of that. He actually had to hearth back on the back of eating all of that Orphea damage. So level 10s here for Celeb Gaming: Riptire, Nano Boost, Mighty Gust, Maelstrom, and Warlord's Challenge. Unlike Game 1, Run in Places is significantly closer to getting their 10s. They will be here. Arthas is maybe caught out, is able to dodge the combo from Kerrigan, as well as the Hammerang from Falstad, and the Groundbreaker from Garrosh, so a lot of two-step in there going on by Arthas. Members of Run in Places are here one more time. Level 10s, Leaping Strike, Army of the Dead. Is that Crushing Jaws? Yes, it is. For Orphea, Blessed Shield, and Sound Barrier from Lucio. So unlike Game 1, Run in Places did get their heroics pretty quickly after Celeb Gaming. A hard rotation. Here comes a Falstad. This is going to be a gust, except for they stun him out of it, at least momentarily. Evasion, possibly going to pay for it with his life. However, Arthas taunted, Army of the Dead forced to come out. Junkrat is not here. This is a 5v4 in favor of Run in Places, and they take advantage with the first kill on the Falstad. Garrosh now running for his life. Will they be able to take him down? No. Junkrat coming in with the flanking Riptire gets Arthas and Orphea unable to finish any of them off. Crushing Jaws was used there by Orphea. It was almost as a peel, though, to try to get herself out safely. Concussion Mine splits out the Johanna, and it turns into a 1-for-1. The response from Run in Places, though, they immediately turned on that Falstad, and he almost paid for a very aggressive rotation with his life. They do know Garrosh is here. Lunara is now plunking him down, putting the damage and the Leaping Strike onto him in the top lane. Orphea goes down to the Maelstrom. Now Lunara does as well, despite trying to reposition with the Leaping Strike. Now going in on the Arthas. First juke is good, second juke isn't. Once again, Celeb Gaming taking hold of this game after a couple of shining moments there from Run in Places. I feel like a broken record in the other lanes. Falstad, pressure. Falstad, pressure. First game, it was Blaze, pressure. Blaze, pressure. And that off-lane pressure, constant side-soaking, never ever gives Run in Places the opportunity to even out the levels unless they win a team fight, of course, which is very difficult to do, especially against a team of the caliber of Celeb Gaming. In the mid lane, they can't quite get the Falstad. So now all of the level 1 structures of Run in Places have been destroyed. Falstad does know that Run in Places are here. Ana throws a sleep dart. Now they really know that they're there. This is Run in Places trying to get value somewhere else on the map, since they are not going to be able to contest this objective. It will have 2 mercenaries pushing down the mid lane. However, Falstad just stole this bruiser camp to push with, and now they will have 2 bruiser camps to push with the Frozen Punisher This is going to be a very strong push here in the mid lane for Celeb Gaming, especially when that back Azur camp catches up. No side soaking this time for Celeb Gaming, though. They really have their eyes set on this top keep. John Cena dives onto Johanna, who already had Iron Skin procced. Great catch there by Aegir Bombs. Now the front wall is down. Celeb Gaming will have access to this whole team. There's the self-proc. Johanna gets taunted. She doesn't have Iron Skin. Run in places, is in trouble, but a huge crushing Jaws does a lot of damage, but they once again can't quite finish the kills. Arthas is going to go down. Lucio, the only man alive to tail the tail. Celeb Gaming has their eyes set on a 2-0 domination. The shields on this core are going down quickly. They have caught Lucio. Down he goes. Game 2 and the series will go to Celeb Gaming. Oh, there we go. I was going to give up on those for a minute. There's the statistics for everybody. Celeb Gaming, looking like they were the team that we thought they would be. Kind of the early favorite. In Heroic, showing no rust or anything, any kind of reason to doubt why people would think they would be the early favorite to win the Heroic division here in the next gaming series. Now 4-0 with 2 dominations in the early going. All right, guys. Well, that is it. A 2-0 Celeb Gaming victory over Run in Places. GG's to both teams. I am going to throw you over to the Thursday night showdown in the Nexus Gaming series. I hope you guys enjoyed that stat. It's going to be Nobo Esprouts versus Gimme the D Shield in Division A. That should be a fun one. So hang out for that. Have a great night, everyone.